Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing a first impressions gameplay video for Runes of Magic, the epic 3D fantasy MMORPG published by Frogster Interactive. Now I'll spend about 10 to 15 minutes running around checking this game out, make some comments. If you guys want to play Runes of Magic or just learn more about it, do check it out full review on the link below. So let's go and get started over here. Now Runes of Magic is easily one of the most popular free-to-play MMORPGs, and it was released back in March of 2009. So let's go ahead and play on the Govinda server for now, so I can show you some of the new character stuff and just hop into the game and show you what this is all about. And when you log in for the first time into a new server, you have to make your own temporary password, which is supposed to prevent you getting hacked and things like that. But pro tip, don't give out your password and you won't be hacked. And each server has 3 different channels. Let's go on channel 1 for now, and let's go on and create our character. Now, since original release, Runes of Magic has enjoyed numerous updates, and one of those updates added a new race to the game. Before it was only humans when it first came out. Now you can play either humans or elves. And there's a total of 8 playable classes in the game. I'm going to play as a male warrior for now. You can play as a warrior, scout, rogue, mage, warden, druid, or knight. But elves cannot play as knights, and instead they get druids. So they each have their own, one unique character over there. Yep. And this guy gets knight over here. I'm going to play as an elf warrior for now. Elf male warrior, and we're good to go. There's actually a lot of stuff you can customize in your character creation screen over here, like your hairstyle, hair appearance, and all that good jazz. But for now, I'm going to click confirm after I name myself, and let's go enter the game. Confirm, creating character, and well, bam, and let's click enter world over here. And you can see from the game's art style, even in the character creation screen, Runes of Magic looks a lot like World of Warcraft, and that's something we should get out of the way right away. I mean, there's no doubt that the game is very similar to World of Warcraft, and you'll see exactly what I mean as soon as this chick over here goes away and we can see the game's actual graphics. There's a tutorial area over here which you can actually go ahead and complete. I recommend doing it. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I'm going to click no for now. And there's another new player over here named Nifajujujujujujuju. I cannot pronounce that for my life. And you can see other newbies over here right now running around. Though this particular area is pretty empty right now because I just logged in for the first time on a new random server, and I'm playing at a weird hour, so there's not that many players online right now. But rest assured, Runes of Magic is still popular. Movement is done with WSAND, and you can see the game's graphics look a lot like World of Warcraft. The art style is very similar. The cartoony slash realistic graphics are all there. Though I have my newbie pet over here, which is kind of cool and floating. But yep, WSAND does move. The game's developer, Runewalker Entertainment, definitely kept the World of Warcraft in mind. I mean, you could actually call Runes of Magic a WoW clone, and it wouldn't be inaccurate, because the game definitely copied many aspects of the WoW, including its interface and some of the basic gameplay elements. But the game is still a bit different, and calling it a WoW clone is accurate, but there's more to the game as well. But it doesn't matter, because this is free to play, and WoW costs money. And let's go ahead and start our quest over here. This guy over here, Garhuman Academy Master, he's got a good golden exclamation mark over his head, and that means he's got some good quests for me to complete. You can go ahead and read these if you want. Basic introduction stuff to the game. Hello, new Elven Champion. I'm going to click accept your quest. And his quest is already done. Awesome. He's just lonely and wants me to talk to him, I guess. Getting to know yourself. 100 XP for that. Awesome. I'm already halfway to next level. So let's accept this quest as well. And let's see where we have to go now. The music in the background is pretty epic too. Clicking N will bring up your map, and you can see where your completed quest locations are. So there's a little check mark over there, and we're going to go ahead and run over there and do it. That rabbit over there looks pretty epic. Spacebar jumps too. Unfortunately, like in WoW, you can't do cool backflips while you run around. The game has mounts as well. You can see another player over there running around on their epic mount over there. It's not really an epic mount. It was a regular mount. But let's go, where do we have to go? We have to go to that check mark over there. And one of the cool aspects of Runes of Magic is its actual dual classing system. I mean, I'll talk about the features while I run around doing these newbie quests. That ant over there looks pretty awesome. So the game's dual classing system is actually really awesome. Though Runes of Magic is not the only MMORPG with a dual classing system, I believe Guild Wars did it well before Runes of Magic. But I believe Runes of Magic is the first free-to-play MMORPG with an in-depth dual classing system. And let me grab this quest, and I'll explain that. Ooh, he's got more quests for me. 3 more quests. Oh man. I should mention too that Runes of Magic has a really great questing system. And I say that because early on, you're really well directed in the game. You'll always have a quest to do. You'll never need to mindlessly grind. I mean, it's not one of those games where you'll get lost in the first 10 minutes. You'll always have something to do. You'll always know where to go, what to do next. At least for the first, like 6 hours of the game. And even later on in the game, it's really well paced with its questing. Because again, you'll never be mindlessly grinding. Instead, you'll be completing quests, which will always point you in the right direction. And it feels like there's something else to do besides grinding. And the questing is always really nice. Plus, the experience is definitely worth it. So I got a fine longsword over there. I prefer all my longswords fine. Just going to equip that bad boy. Awesome, I got my fine longsword equipped. But I'll show you some of the basic combat after I talk to this guy. Basics of recovery. Well, he's giving me some potions over there. Let's go equip some of these potions because you never know when you need them. Don't quite need those MP potions though because I don't have mana as a warrior. So let's fight this rainbow skipper over here. But the game's dual classing system is actually really awesome. Upon reaching level 10, you can basically choose another class to become. Your dual class, thus the name dual classing system. So let's say I'm level 10 warrior and I want to pick a good class for myself. Maybe a mage would work. I can have some, really nice melee DPS, and if my enemy's running away from me, whether it's a monster or a player in a battleground, I can go shoot fireballs at them. Some of my mage skills will carry over. Let's say, I want to be I would actually prefer to be a warrior slash priest because I think it's a pretty cool combo. Because you have the DPS of a warrior and the healing skills of a priest, so you're actually more of a paladin. So I'm actually gaining rage over here, though the game doesn't call it rage. I think it's just called energy. And as I fight stuff, this yellow meter fills up, and I can use that to execute new skills over here. And it actually is called rage. It uses 25 rage for this attack. Let's go fight this guy over here, and I'll show you a few of my attacks right now. As you know, I just started the game. I only have one skill right now, but the dual classing system is really awesome. Once you're level 10, let's say I pick a priest, and I'll become a warrior slash priest, and I'll have access to some of my priest skills. But keep in mind, I'll be a level 10 warrior and a level 1 priest. So if I want to get better as a priest and get more skills to carry over to my warrior, I'll have to switch my class to a primary as a priest. And then I become a level 1 priest and a level 10 warrior. But I'm all the way back to level 1 again, so one problem with that system, not really a problem, but just the way it works is that you're back to level 1, and you kind of have to grind all over again, back to, higher levels. So you always have to keep it's good to keep your two classes around the same level, because it's more useful that way. Because if you're let's say level 60 warrior, level 1 priest, it's kind of useless because you really can't put your priest skills to good use. So again, it'd be really good to keep them balanced. And it works out really well too. You can't carry over all your skills as a let's say a priest while I'm a warrior, but you can carry over some of them. But I'll show you my skills in the game right now. As a warrior, my warrior skills are over here, and my class specific skills. Let's go kill this snail over here. But the way skills work in this game is, let's say I want to get some open flank. I don't have it right now. It takes 186 TP points. And let's go ahead and learn that and click upgrade. I'm going to max it out. I can currently max it out to whatever my current level is. I'm level 3, so it's my max level for this skill. And bam, I just got open flank. And let's see what it does. It weakens the enemy, and when it's in a weakened state, I can do other attacks towards it. Let's go get probing attack. Oh man, max this bad boy out too, which is pretty low right now. So let's go and equip these by hotkey bar, and let's start using them. Now TP points are actually just spent on upgrading skills and things like that, and even getting new skills. You can see all the skills on the side over here. Every time I level up, my max level for my skills will increase as well. So you'll always need TP points. Luckily, you get TP points every time you kill monsters, every time you complete quests. So there's no real shortage of TP points. It's just that sometimes early on, you won't be able to learn every possible skill for your character, and instead you'll have to spend them on the skills you use most often. But later on in the game, you can always learn everything by grinding out monsters to gain TP points and things like that. So just by completing this quest, I'm going to get some TP points over here. Oh man, let's see how many TP points I get. And I get some chainmail over there. I'll equip that too. 12 TP for that one over there. You get more every time you kill monsters too. So like I said, there's no shortage of them. But what I really like about Runes of Magic, and I know I'm sounding a bit overly positive, I think Runes of Magic is a fun game, but obviously not everyone will like it because everyone has their own preferences and things like that. But I like World of Warcraft too, so this is why I like Runes of Magic. Though nowadays, with all the awesome free-to-play MMOs and MMORPGs, I can't see myself going back to WoW or any pay-to-play game. But what I really like about this game is it's a really complete MMORPG, and by that I mean there's a lot to do. You have dungeons, you got PvP, you got battlegrounds too. Can I see my battlegrounds button? Yep, they're called battlefields, guys. My bad. Completely different. I gotta right-click on this to bring it right. What is it? Shift plus right-click on this button. So I don't know why I can't bring this up right now. I can't quite see my queue over there right now. Probably because I'm maybe too low level to do it. Though, there we go. 1v1 arena, Karos Canyon, 6v6 arena. I mean, there's all sorts of battlegrounds, much like there is in WoW. So even on a PvE server, there's a lot of PvP options. Though if you're into more PvP, you can always play on a PvP server as well. So I got a buff over there by running that sigil, and it gives me 30% more magic defense. And if you find sigils in the game, some of them actually increase your XP rate, and sigils randomly drop by killing monsters or just appear in the game once in a while. And you can see this ashwood over there, mountain demon grass, and what those are is basically resources that you can gather and craft with. The game has a pretty in-depth resource crafting system. You got like mining, blacksmithing, tailoring, all that good stuff, wood cutting. There's actually a ton of skills in the game too like that. And it's always good when a game has, a good deal of trade skills, as well as, good combat mechanics too, because you always want stuff to do. I think this is one of the most complete free-to-play MMORPGs because there's a lot of stuff to do. Tons of dungeons, you got instances, you got up to 37-man raids, or is that 27? I think it's 37. But that's pretty intense too. I mean, there's a lot of teamwork involved over there too. You have smaller instances as well. But I mean, if you look for like a WoW replacement game or a WoW alternative, definitely Runes of Magic are worth checking out. Graphically, the game looks a lot like Alod's Online as well, which also you can argue is a bit of a WoW clone. And I am already level 4. Like I said earlier on, there's always quests to do. You can see on your map all the available quests for you right now. I have a completed quest over there and a new quest over there. So let's go run towards our completed quest area so we can hand that bad boy in. This whole island I'm in right now is not the whole game, of course. It's the Elven Island over here, Valley of Preparation. This whole area is basically for newbie elves to just learn the game and figure things out on their own. And once you go through the Haven of Departure, you can enter the main area of the game where you'll see more players in the capital city. But the game's most interesting aspect, in my opinion, is its dual classing system, and I think it's really awesome. Not that many free-to-play MMORPGs really innovate with class systems. I mean, most games have like 3 or 4 classes, which is pretty lame. Here you have 8 playable classes, which is pretty awesome actually. Good deal of variety. But when you add the dual classing system to it, you got like 20 plus different combinations of classes, which will keep you occupied. And we got the Academy Secretary over there. We can go zoom in on her to see the graphics of the game, of course. We're just analyzing the graphics over here. Just analyzing the graphics, guys. Complete quest, student certificate over here. And the graphics do look really nice. Except quest over there. I mean, the game isn't going for the uber realistic 3D graphics, but I think the graphics are really nice too, because I actually like anime-inspired games because the graphics are more vibrant and colorful. So the graphics over here, I'm a big fan of. And I am sounding a bit overly positive, I know, but some of the big downs for Runes of Magic, some of the big cons for the game, the cash up can be a bit ridiculous because there's certain runes in there to upgrade your equipment, certain enchantment items available in the cash shop, which are a bit overpowered. So if you pay for the game, you buy some stuff in the cash shop, you'll get some really powerful equipment and powerful upgrades for your equipment that free players just really can't get. I mean, I take that back. You can still get them, but it's always very difficult. Because you can always trade with other players that bought the stuff and trade some in-game money for it too. Plus, they added a new daily quest to the game, which you can use. You can get tokens from those to get some cash shop stuff without having to pay. But some people do complain that the cash shop is a bit overpowered, and it's a tad bit overpowered, but it makes sense. But I still believe that you can get everything in the game without having to pay for it if you just determined for it. So I gotta go grab this over here, this fruit basket, this jumping quest over here. Well, this last, can't quite get there. I'm failing. Can I just get it from over here? Yes, I can. I probably could do it on the bottom floor too. Fruit basket. It is a jumping test over there. So I proved my worth to Academy Master over here by getting his cherries for him. Cool guy. Jump training. And more quests to do. Like I said, one of the more interesting aspects and the more awesome aspects of Runes of Magic is you'll never be grinding early on. A lot of games got better with their questing systems too, but Runes of Magic, you'll never be mindlessly grinding, at least early on, because there's a lot of quests to do. And as you level up, you'll always unlock more and more quests to do. There's another completed quest over there, and I got 2 more quests to do. But for now, let's leave this area and check out the outside area. You can see, what is this thing over here? Tailoring tools, another crafting system in the game. There's an auction house as well to make trading a lot easier. I think every MMORPG should have an auction house. Seriously, every MMO needs one. And certain classes have access to pets. As a warrior, I don't think I have access to pets. But I kind of want to get to level 10 so I get my pre-skills and I can be more awesome with my pre-skills because I can heal myself in battle, which I think is awesome. So B brings up your backpack. To unlock more backpack slots also can cost money. I have 860 gold right now. That's a lot of gold. The game has an item upgrading system too, which is pretty in-depth. Max level is about like level 60 plus, so there's a ton of content to explore. Another neat little feature in Runes of Magic is its player housing system. It's an instance player housing system, but players can decorate their homes and things like that. Background music is pretty good too. Picking up our map again, and let's go fight some of these guys. I got a few new skills over here, so let's try using probing attack +3. Takes 20 rage, and once I do it, it'll put my enemy in a vulnerable state. Oh, I did the wrong skill over there. But let's go do my 3 attack. And once my enemy's in a vulnerable state, I can do open flank. So certain skills set other skills up for chain attacks. So there's a ton of button mashing going on too. It's not just point and click and wait. Though you can actually move with point and click graphics, point and click controls as well as WSAD. I prefer WSAD because you have more control over your character. But anyway, guys, I am running out of time. If you guys do want to play Runes of Magic or just learn more about it, do check it out for a review on the link below. Anyway, guys, later.